Hi, I am Hunter Allen. I am a multimedia student at the Center for Science and Industry that loves to work with animation. This year, my school challenged each senior to create a capstone project to reflect the skills every student developed throughout the year. For my capstone project, I chose to make a documentary about my Boy Scout troop because I wanted to educate Cub Scouts and parents of what the Boy Scouts of America is. I created this documentary with a 3D animation program called Cinema 4D. I believed it would be entertaining for viewers to watch, and I could learn Cinema 4D this way. I started off by learning the program in my multimedia class. I was just starting to learn how to model 3D objects. By the end of 2017, I created my very first 3D animation. Shortly after, I created an additional animation for my midterm project. Sometimes I would develop random projects and just try out new mechanics for hours at a time, learning new things. My final project leading up to the capstone was a treasure chest still life made for the UCS art show. I challenged myself throughout that project and it paid off because I learned a lot of valuable tools and tricks in Cinema 4D. After completion, I realized it was now time to create the animation for my capstone, so I began to storyboard the film. My vision for how I wanted the story told was constantly changing. I realized that to solidify parts of the documentary, I needed to interview the scouts. Their stories would shape my story. In the end, I settled on a sequence of topics based on the interviews. The flow goes from intro to camping, rank advancement, leadership, merit badges, and lastly, conclusion. During the building process, I've learned a lot of new tools and mechanics to create many more things than I've ever done previously. For every scene in the video, I learned a new trick in Cinema 4D. Every scene had a new challenge that when I could overcome it, I learned something new. For instance, I've learned how to make low poly fire, ripple effects in my water textures, and learned how to 3D model animals. Every project has challenges or setbacks that are in the way of the goal. In my project, my main issues arose from audio quality, the interviews, and gathering film. Originally, this project was going to be a film instead of an animation. One setback for me was with getting approved to have interviews and video. I was told that if a camera and a tripod became a distraction for the troupe, then I had to put it away. And sure enough, it became a distraction. On top of that, I had my own leadership roles to perform in the troupe, and it was very difficult to multitask. After coming to these realizations is when I decided to make it into an animation instead of a film. Since it was made difficult for me to use a boom mic and a camera setup for interviews, I used my phone. And audio quality from a phone is beyond repairable. I've managed to persevere through these issues. I didn't get discouraged after switching from film, and in fact, saw it as an opportunity to improve myself with Cinema 4D. Though phone audio quality can be pretty poor, I worked diligently to improve it as much as I could. I sifted through the interviews to find the best lines that really pushed my vision. The only other issue would be starting my project on the later side of time, since I was learning Cinema 4D throughout the whole year. Overall, I'm really happy with how my capstone turned out. Now looking back, I can really see all the progress I've made with the Cinema 4D program and with my multimedia skills. The Center for Science and Industry isn't any ordinary school, it's a place where creativity roams. Thank you for watching my CSI Capstone Reflection.